on that 117.7.
And
And he has a 117.598 for Williams Racing.
117.5, putting him currently in provisional pole. Sargent unable to reach the finish line in time, so he will start from the back.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Next up we have your favorite Jake. Is he gonna improve on his time? Ooh, a little bit twitchy on the exit of Sector 3.
He is 3/10 up on his last time. Can he get a good representative time on the final exit? He's sticking close to the corner of the exit. Is he going to make that update on his time and out-qualify James Ablett? He does. He goes to P4.
P4, but Sean Frost takes
for your
pole
favorite Jake
position.
Mercedes. Oh, and then Sean Frost takes pole position with a 117.3.
Oh, what a lap.
DRS Maestro decides to abort his hot lap and he pits with that P3. Your favorite Jake in P4. We have Dog Walters on their last lap. Are they going to improve on their time? Dog Walters. Oh, they stay where they are. And this is the position that we have for the race today with Sean Frost taking pole position here at Portimao.
So our qualifying has been ended by Sean Frosty on the first position. Full position. Next up on the front row is Carl TV. On the second row we have DRS Maestro and your favorite Jake. Next up we have Chrome, James Ablett and Dogs, and the rest I can read at the results.
I'm excited to see the top 3 race, but I'm actually really excited. Good job for your favorite Jake. Especially racing with him, he's an excellent defender. So once he gets some consistency, will he be able to hold back the closest people to his championship fight, which is right behind him? This is going to be an exciting race. Now, the real challenge is what will they do on strategies in terms of tires? Because this track, if you're careful, can definitely be a one-stopper, but also a two-stopper as well. So we're going to see a mix in strategies, a mix in tire options. I'm just excited to see who's going to come out on the first corner.
Yeah, it's the 2 Frenchmen on the front row. But yeah, as I left off with, I took your dogs, is Dot Walters right behind him, and after rounding off the top 10, and Polar Drew and Sargent starting from the back as he was unable to set a lap in time. So yeah, Sargent with some pace coming through, I would guess. But it is Kyle TV and Don Frosty on
Let's see how the championship leader fights through the field and gets up into the fight. Otherwise, his closest rival will be taking some significant points today.
So now we do have a 5-minute break for the people to put their strategies on, edit their the car setups if needed, and do some bathroom breaks if needed. So yeah.
Absolutely, and you know me, I have to take my little my little focus break. Cheers.
What is your focus break? You need to do number 3 before the race.
No, let's just call it. It was once a wise man named Jack Herrera. I don't know who knows, but if you know, you know. Thank you, Jack Herrera.
If you know, you know. But yeah, looking at the race director, I see a lot of soft tires already. I reckon they are gonna change. 2 are decided to already start on the mediums, which is Us and Arthur.
Cheers to that. Well, I would say, to be honest, for those who are running the soft tires, I don't think they can go on to the medium tires. So I would definitely say the best choices would be to start on mediums, because if you start on soft tires, those tires will run out fast compared to the medium runners, and you will still have to go onto that hard tires, and you still also have to give the hard tires time to cook up. Remember, this track is very strenuous on tires in terms of degradation. The degradation is very high on this track. So let's see who is going to split the strategies, what pace do these drivers have, and if the different strategy works for them.
Yeah, personally, I am not a fan of the soft tires in the latest game, as they just melt away under your car. So I will probably pretty much always go for a medium hard strategy, which is my recommendations. But yeah, soft tires, you can use them, but they will run up very quickly, as you probably have the box within 10 laps.
I 100% agree, and I know, especially from your racing talent as well, and the way you play your strategy, you're excellent in calls like that. So I definitely do agree with you in terms of the medium to hard tires. I think the best strategy would be the mediums, but the most optimal strategy would be if you go from mediums, hope for a safety car, and run it down to some softs.
So yeah, if there's a late safety car, you can, of course,
Mhm.
use fresh softs if you have them. Never leave the opportunity, if there is one, to take with both hands.
And now
So,
that I'm starting to think about it, the two drivers, especially the one that was on pole in the Ferrari, Frost, he
mhm.
did take his first couple of laps on mediums. So his mediums are going to be good to go by the time he switches onto them, or if he starts on them, I think he would have a better chance in terms of pace. Now, of course, the softs at the beginning of the race would probably be optimum, but as you can see in terms of degradation, they drop off really, really fast.
Yeah, yeah. But as you have said, he probably has the balanced allocation, which will give you two medium tires, one hards, and three softs for qualifying. If he used one mediums for qualifying, then he saved out a set of softs for the race. So yeah, that might be an optimal strategy for a late safety car. However, he does only have now one set of fresh mediums.
So that means we're looking at a little two stopper for the soft runners then,
Soft runners, yeah, you can do soft hards, but those softs are not gonna feel nice after a couple of laps.
or for those who are running, for those who didn't run just like the medium runners, the guys who didn't run both two pairs of softs, they can start off on softs and do. They
Yeah,
only have two or one pair of mediums. I believe they have two pair of mediums, correct?
the
Or no?
balanced allocation has two set of mediums and one set of hards and three sets of softs for the
So that yeah,
qualifying.
just as I expected. So I believe that the two cars, the Ferrari Frost and Vroom in the kick that went on mediums during their qualification, I think that was actually a smart idea because they can run softs and then two mediums if they're planning on doing a two stop. But that would just be very tricky because going on a one stop is going to be very hard, especially if it's close racing. You can't defend and save the tires on these tracks because the deg is going to be just a little bit too high,
So yeah, the 5 minute
like
break
me.
has gone now. People have sent out the message for the people to ready up. So first we have the formation. First we have a formation lap, and then we will see some amazing racing. 33 laps around this track. So Thibaut, do you personally like this track? So yeah, it is formation lap first with Sean Frosty on Carl on the front row. They will go, might be going side by side to the first corner. It's turn one around here is not a corner you want to go side by side.
Absolutely. You don't want to go to the. This is going to be the trick. I feel like drivers should take their time instead of trying. If you don't have the opportunity to overtake in the first couple of corners, don't force yourself through the corners because you can end your race early and end somebody else's race early and give you some penalties for the next race. I think this is going to be a very competitive race because the times are within 5/10 of each other. So I
Mhm.
think it's all depending on who's going to get a great start out of turn one, turn two, and turn three. But I can definitely see some penalties in the first couple of laps coming in very soon.
Of course, take it easy at the start. I mean, it's 33 laps today, time enough to do some overtaking, to get up with the pack. It's 12 drivers today. Sargent will definitely be going for some moves, for sure, unless he ends his race very quickly.
So championship leader Sargent. Oh, he spins off in formation lap. What is he doing? What's going on here? I think his tires is just a little bit too cold.
Little secret tire warm up. But no, I took it Dogs, the championship leader for now. So yeah, he's
Okay,
look.
let's.
Ooh, and actually, Dot Walters hit in on the formation lap, and Dogs got
As
disqualified because of it. No.
as Kyle TV lags in and out of the session. Hopefully, we can get him back before the race starts. And okay, I took your dogs DQ'd on the formation lap. Okay, now since the two championship protagonists, we have Sargent in P12 and we have I took your dogs in P8. Now, can Sargent get through the pack or get a great start on the two McLarens and possibly on Took Your Dogs? Took Your Dogs definitely going to want to look behind him because he has at least two pretty fast drivers, or I would say brick walls to get past if he doesn't get past them by the race start. So as the cars come to their track positions in terms of the start, should begin a couple of 5 red lights.
I think
seconds.
because Kyle lagged out of the start, I think he will be ghosted for the first 100 meters, which will not be good for his race. As it turns out,
Kyle's there. He's in there.
Oh, he's in here. He's in here.
5 red lights.
5 red lights, and who's gonna get a good start? And Kyle sat stationary. Did not get off the line. But yeah, it's Sean Frosty
Maestro gets an excellent start running into P2. Favorite Jake goes up to P3 as Kyle lags out of the session and drops all the way to the back. Sargent already makes up 4 positions. He gets dropped to the 3rd position as the cars push.
And there was some contact. I saw some contact. I believe it was with dogs. So yeah, he has some front wing damage. Oh no. Ooh, and it was Polar Droog. No, he went to the inside. Was it Sargent?
Back into contact. Has left the session. I think he's calling it quits for this race.
I think he lagged out or something. Unfortunately, we will come back to you guys. But for now, it's Sean Frosty leading the race with DRS Maestro right behind him, and your favorite Jake also up on their asses. James Abbott goes for an overtake on Bro in the middle sector. That's brave.
Great overtake by James. Now, as we could play before, somebody has a spin in the back. It is a McLaren of Dob Walters.
Ooh, and it looks like Cal TV had some issues, technical issues with his car. It's very unfortunate to see you end your race very early. Yeah. And it looks like you have DNF'd on the track. However, oh wait, I need to invite you back. Where are you? Can't see.
All right, so as we can see, Sean Frost gets passed by DRS Maestro, but I think Sean Frost is playing it smart as he also gets passed by the Mercedes of your favorite Jake. Now, this is what I was saying where strategy will come into play, because now DRS Maestro and your favorite Jake has to push as fast as they can because Sean Frost is on those mediums. So all he has to do is maintain his pace behind them until those softs fall off, which they eventually will. Now, can DRS Maestro and your favorite Jake make a gap or push for a gap where they can pit enough to fight back for when Sean eventually takes the lead again? Yeah. James Ablett's also right behind them as well. He's going to eventually catch up to the pack. Now, is it going to be
dogs under attack, and Sargent overtakes I Took Your Dogs.
Oh, Sargent overtakes dogs.
Sargent overtakes dogs. And he takes the position from him as dogs have some damage.
Sargent is on a attack. Your favorite Jake takes the fastest lap with a 1:21.0. Pushing on those softs. Oh, your favorite Jake goes for the overtake in turn 1.
But he goes wide. That probably is a warning. You want to be careful with those.
Penalties will definitely be a factor. Also, this section right here, right, as DRS Maestro does get DRS along with Sean Frost. Let's see if he can make any moves here, but it looks like they're all holding position as we go further down the field. So position changes. So far, nobody has penalties. Oh, as Vroom is hit by the McLaren.
Oh, Vroom. Facing the wrong way in the hairpin. He got hit by the McLaren, you say?
Yes, he got hit by Antoine in that corner. Antoine, gotta use your brakes, man.
Front spins in the process.
Antoine spins again.
I told you that corner is gonna be a difficult one to manage.
Very vicious corner. Very vicious corner.
So we have Rome now taking back the position from after him. But
And
yeah,
Sean Frost finally gets past DRS Maestro on those mediums. It seems like those mediums are starting to wake up.
yeah, and it looks like he pushed away a second out of the DRS zone from DRS Maestro. So it's now
Yep.
Sean Frost on the back of your favorite Jake, fighting for the lead as he has his rear wing wide open. But Sargent with the fastest lap, he is coming.
Yes, he is. As I said, Sean. As I said about your favorite Jake, he is a great driver as long as he's able to keep his consistency. But those soft tires are slowly falling off as Sean Frost gets into DRS, but I think he's just going to ride the wave through the section. Now, this is where your favorite Jake can make some time up. He has to put some distance between him and Sector 2. That's where he has the benefit of grips on the tires, as Antoine gets a 3-second penalty for
Track limits.
those corners, for those track limits. Those are also going to play a factor this race too. Track limits is very strict on this track. Oh, looks like that rear end is just complaining on that McLaren.
Yo,
So we have Sean Frost maintaining for 4 tenths right before the DRS zone behind your favorite Jake. Your favorite Jake is going defensive. He doesn't want to play the dummy. You want as much traction as you can
Yeah, I
out
made
that
it
corner.
the other guy. So Sean Frosty now on the back of your favorite Jake, going onto the straight. So Sean Frosty is gonna go for the overtake around the outside. No, is he gonna stay behind?
Defended by your
He
favorite
stays
Jake,
behind.
placing that car wonderfully. Oh, Sean Frost tried to cut in on the inside, but your favorite Jake, he maintains his line.
He took the defensive line out of the corner. So it's now Sean Frosty in the second DRS zone of the track. Now around the outside of the hairpin.
Excellent defending. Look at this. Look at this side-by-side action. I love this.
So they're still behind each other. Your favorite Jake maintains the lead as T-Bone. You have to get back into the lobby.
As we also look in P6, the Aston Martin, Yushi is catching James Ablett in the mediums. I would expect those softs to be falling off, but it seems like Yushi's going for that push now.
Or is James experiencing some damage? We don't know, but
Does it look?
soft tires had the advantage for the first couple of laps, but they're now starting to fall off a little bit. As your favorite Jake is now under pressure again from Sean Frosty.
Now your favorite Jake is going to have to save up his ERS before he gets right on the straight and defend the inside. Those soft tires are falling off as he goes for the inside defense. Sean Frost is not going to burn his ERS, which is smart. George's favorite Jake is defending. He is definitely dependent on those tires. He is defending very, very well. Because
Jake is out of battery though. Jake is out of battery while Frosty has full battery in his.
That's true. That's true. But I would agree that if Jake saves his battery for the straights or for the DRS zone, he can regain and harvest those ERS energy in the second sector, which is why I say the softs is excellent in the second sector as long as you maintain your defense and harvest your energy. So really, Jake, it's all about strategy. Is Jake gonna be able to defend him in the straights, or will he get overtaken in sector 2, which I don't think he will.
So yeah, this is the fight for the lead as Sargent is now closed up to DRS Maestro. DRS Maestro also under pressure now from Sargent. Although DRS Maestro is looking to claw back into the DRS of Sean Frosty. Although is it gonna be enough? I don't think it is. I think he is too far away. So we have two battles on the main straight.
I think your favorite Jake's got a good exit on that. He got a good exit on that corner. He's got a little bit of the distance, but Sean Frost is going to burn his ERS. He's going to try to take that corner whether you like it or not.
He's going to go for it this time.
Your favorite Jake is trying to defend on the inside, but there he goes, Sean Frost.
Takes it like takes the lead. Meanwhile, Sargent overtook DRS Maestro as well. So we have a change in the top 4.
Sargent is also on his push right behind your favorite Jake. I call that excellent defending by your favorite Jake. He's doing a great job in trying to maintain as close to the front as he can. Of course, with the difference in tires, those tires will eventually drop off. So his fight is actually behind in P3 with Sargent. Can he defend against Sargent, or did he push those tires too much to defend against Sean? Now it's all going to be on, is it going to be a two-stop race?
It can be a one-stop race on the soft tires, but it is hard to manage. However, it looks like Us has just overtaken James Abbott in the hairpin of Sector 2. But James Abbott is looking to claw back now. He's not biting off of him. Around the outside, looking for the gap, and actually takes the position for
James
now.
Abbott takes that overtake. That was beautiful.
But goes wide in the process, and now Us will have the DRS on him on the main straight. What are the battery difference? James definitely has more battery to play with. But Us now with the DRS and takes P5 back from James Ablett.
Your favorite Jake is still in P2, maintaining that position with the same amount of tires. Now, this is actually might be kind of different because the tire life on these tires seem to be keeping up with the medium tires. Do you think this is still a battle for P1 with your favorite Jake, because he's still keeping up with those medium tires? He can actually go for an undertake. I said an undertake. To go for an undercut.
You can go for an undercut. Yeah, sure.
I don't think those mediums.
Although he is slipping and sliding out of the corner, and now lost the DRS to Sean Frosty, and now under pressure from Sargent and DRS Maestro right behind him. Oh, you do not want to lose that DRS right now, mate. So yeah, Sargent on the back of your favorite Jake. Now your favorite Jake not having the DRS port now as it stands. And he won't be having it on the main straight. So Sargent, is he gonna take the opportunity to make an overtake? He is burning the battery, goes to the inside and takes the position from your favorite Jake. Jake is still there, but he goes off the battery now.
He's using that slipstream. That was smart of Jake.
But Sargent, because of the DRS, he's now also in DRS zone of Sean Frosty, but can he keep it there as it's only 9/10? Yes, he will.
So Sean Frost is now in the dilemma now that Sargent is knocking at his door, because Sean Frost cannot pit for another mediums, and I don't think Softs is going to make it all the way to the time he has to box at 33 laps. So it looks like I would recommend Sean going on for hards and boxing early and taking those hards to the end, because I think those mediums are going to drop off in a couple of laps.
And it's Us and James Ablett fighting, as we saw in the hairpin, little touchy from the two. However, still not off the track, pushing or whatever. So it is within the limits. But yeah, Us taking the position for now, but he goes wide in the process. And now James Ablett all on his back now. Can you do another?
I don't know if anybody. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I took your dog's boxed earlier for some hards. He was 23 seconds behind, and he's already cut that difference down to 16 seconds, as we have a yellow flag in the second sector.
It's Arthur, the spinner. Unfortunately for Arthur, but yeah, I took the dog's pit early because of the front wing damage he had from lap 1, but he is catching up to the pack now. But your favorite Jake, is he gonna go for an attack here into turn 5? Little DRS zone before it, and he looks for it, but stays behind in the process. Thinks the better of it. Don't do any reckless moves.
I actually take that back. I took your dog just 37 seconds behind the leader, so that put him 27 seconds behind his closest competitor. But that he would have to take those hards all the way to the end.
Possibly, but you can also go for two-stopper if there's a safety car, of course. But yeah, Sargent now under pressure of your favorite Jake, as DRS has lost the DRS, ironically, to your favorite Jake.
And now your favorite Jake is right behind Sargent as he gets the DRS. I can't never doubt your favorite Jake.
And it looks like DRS Maestro has spun. DRS Maestro has spun, coming out of the left-hander from Sector 2. Oh no, James
Ablett has gotten past DRS Maestro.
James Ablett has gotten past DRS Maestro. And Sargent is now Oh
Oh, I
no.
know that hurts DRS Maestro in terms of that spin, but DRS Maestro does have DRS. It does get the position back from James, and James is about to get gobbled. Oh, as Sargent has a 3-second penalty for track limits. Now
Oh
this
no.
definitely changes the game.
No, you don't want to go over the white lines, of course. 3 times is a track limit penalty. You get 3 warnings before a penalty. So, yeah, 3 times is a strike for him now. Same with Arthur, he also has a 3-second penalty from track limits earlier in the race. But it looks like the soft tires are now wearing down to a point that the mediums are quicker, as Sargent is unable to get the DRS from Frosty.
Yep, and Frost is starting to pull away
Oh,
as
and
we
Sargent
speak.
spun! Sargent
Oh,
spun!
Sargent has spun. Top of the hill. You can't be too trigger happy on the top of the hill. It spins you right off. Dang, that is unfortunate for Sargent as he loses 2 more positions.
Yeah,
Oh,
James
that's
Ablett
gonna
and DRS
sting.
Maestro coming
And
through
DRS
side by
Maestro, his
side.
closest competitor, has passed him. And
James
James Ablett goes
Ablett
around the
around the
outside
outside.
on the mediums. Oh, this is nice. Oh,
Side by
this is nice.
side, and it's
Oh, what
two little
the
banging, real bang, and it looks like James is
Sargent
getting
is boxing him.
the DRS from DRS. So, and it's also Oos right there, and Oos takes P3 for them, but both Aston
James
Martins
on
go
the
wide.
inside. That was nice. Let's go.
Both Aston Martins
Aston
go
Martins
wide.
getting overtaken by the Red Bull as the Aston Martin and Yushi fights back for that P3. This is becoming very competitive. Race clean, boys. Race clean. Right now, James Ablett is in a perfect opportunity on those mediums as those soft tires will start to fall off. Now, the closest competitor to your favorite Jake is now more than 12 seconds behind. I think your favorite Jake is in the driver's seat now. Sean Frost is on 11 laps. I think he should go pit for hards and run it to the end because the sauce is just going to keep falling off as long as Sean stays in front.
And Dub Walters, meanwhile, just overtook Polar Droog into the hairpin as well of Sector 2. And seems to be making the gap to getting them out of the DRS zone, although using 9/10 now. But yeah, what a move from both Aston Martins and James. That was some incredible racing right there.
That was some great racing. Sargent is 36 seconds away from the leader as he throws on some mediums to push towards the end of the race.
Do you reckon the mediums will get to the end of the race? I mean, it's
No, I don't think
still
so.
21 laps still.
I don't think the mediums are going to get to the end. I think, especially if he's planning on pushing as hard as he want right now, because his closest competitor, is in P5, so he'll get a significant amount of points.
And also Polar Droog now in the pits going for some fresh medium tires from getting rid of those softs. Seems like the softs are not a tire to be on after 11 or 12 laps.
I think Sargent should have gone for hards. That way he'd have no problem pushing all the way till the end because he'll still have some rubber to actually attack. Those, by the time if he does end up catching the pack, by the time he gets too close to the front, I anticipate him getting at least P6 maybe. Without a safety car, maybe P6. He'll have no tires left on. He'll have no rubber left on those tires. But very unfortunate for Sargent.
Very unfortunate. Of course, he spun in Sector 2, as we well saw from the spectator view. But yeah, he's now some work to do to get it back to the front. He is on medium tires.
Yeah,
I think he's going to go for Tucson. Goes wide in the process again.
I think your favorite Jake is in the pits. Your favorite Jake is in the pits. What is he boxing for? He's boxing for mediums. Your favorite Jake thinks he can make the race ending on those mediums.
That's brave. Still 20 laps to go.
I think it's possible. He took some soft tires to 14 laps. So those mediums should give him an extra, I'd say an extra 3, maybe 4 more laps. Now it's up to your favorite Jake to push. He has to push with consistency now.
Yeah. Sargent setting the pace as he sets the fastest lap of the race right now. So he's looking to get back to the front. He's closing in on Arthur, but also has a penalty. 1.3 seconds to gap now. It's closing in as he's on the fresher tires.
Now, as you can see, your favorite Jake, this was the perfect time for him to pit because Sargent's going to be on a push. Now, when is Sean going to pit? Because Sargent's back on the lead lap with that spin that he did. The later Sean waits to pit, the less chances he has of keeping a gap between your favorite Jake and Sargent, which are actually picking up on their timings in the second sector. Your favorite Jake setting his personal best in the second sector as well.
And Sargent just did the switchback on Arthur into sector 2 on the double right-hander corner, which is very difficult to navigate. However, Us now in the pit lane, getting rid of those soft tires. Will he go to the mediums or the hards? We shall
now it's
see.
game. Who's in the pits?
It's Exam Us, and he goes to some medium tires as well. So it will be looking like the medium tires will be the tire to go on towards the end of the race.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we
what
have
it
some
looks like is
gaps.
it's game on between Sargent and your favorite Jake. Sargent 3-lap-old mediums and your favorite Jake 1-lap-old mediums. This is actually a push to the end.
It is. And Arthur not letting go of Sargent as he is still keeping it within the DRS zones.
So here's the problem. That Sean Frost is facing right now. Sargent and your favorite Jake are 28 or 30 seconds collectively behind him. If Sean decides to pit now, he'll come out at least 2 seconds maybe in front of them. So the longer Sean stays out, the more Sargent and your favorite Jake can catch him before he actually gets into the pits. This is actually going to be a very, very close race.
He can go for the reverse strategy though, as pitting in lap 20 for some first softs towards the end of the race, as we just seen that softs do survive for 13 laps, although they do fall off very quickly, as we saw the medium runners catch up really fast at some point.
I think your favorite Jake or Sargent's about to set the fastest lap right now in terms of race pace as they were going. Oh no, they're not. They're about to though. They're picking up pace as your favorite Jake goes to P4, Sargent goes to P5, and they're cutting down their times, a 28-second pit stop. So if Sean Frost effectively boxes right now, he will come out right in between them. This is going to be very intense.
Yeah, and Doc Bolters just pitted for the hard tires towards the end. Still 18 laps to go, including this one. But Rome right on the back of the favorite Jake, 3/10 the gap between the two.
Vroom should give the position to his teammate when his teammate eventually catches him. Vroom still hasn't boxed yet.
Or was it your favorite Jake who just overtook Vroom? I think that.
Probably that.
As your favorite Jake has 2-lap-old medium tires and Vroom has 15-lap-old medium tires and is out of the second.
Now we're gonna see.
He's getting back. No. Go.
So Sean is still not boxing because he doesn't believe he's safe in order to box and come out in front of your favorite Jake. Right now, he needs 2 more seconds in order to come out right in front of your favorite Jake if he boxes. Yeah, so currently, right now, your favorite Jake just gets past James Ablett as James Ablett boxes for hards.
So he's definitely going to the end of those. But yeah, it's your favorite Jake's game on now, as he is closing in on Sean Frost. Frost, of course, still needing the box, same with Vroom. He also needs the box still, and Us now with the 3-second penalty.
3-second penalty. Not a lot done from the 2 championship leaders, as Sargent is still in P4 and DRS Maestro's down in P8 after boxing. Let's see if they can still keep pushing or they can just gain. It's crazy how the tide of turns have turned. DRS Maestro had a chance to be up front, but mistakes from each drivers can happen in racing like this, especially on a track like this.
And with everyone pitting, it's now Dogs back into P6 with those older hard tires. Can he keep it there?
We have a yellow flag in sector 2 and 3.
Was it Arthur or Sargent? One of those two. It's either Sargent or Arthur. Both collected.
Oh, Sargent. Sargent has spun.
Oh, Sargent has front wing damage. His right end plate is missing. Oh no.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Your favorite Jake Your favorite Jake is 7/10 faster than Sean as he bringing 10-second penalty by
With
Sargent for speeding in the
Sargent,
pit lane. I
and he
think we're
is
going to
gonna
see a
double,
retirement here.
and he's gonna double
Yes,
stick.
we're seeing a
Yes, he
retirement in the
retired.
pits.
Unfortunate race for Sargent. Was not going his way today. Already missed qualifying by the end of the lap, and now some bad opportunities during the race.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. But yeah, the race is now
Sean
in
Frost
Sean
has to
Frosty's
decide.
hands.
Sean Frost is now within undercut range of your favorite Jake. If he pits now, your favorite Jake will come out in front. I don't know what his game plan is going to be, as your favorite Jake is 9/10 faster than Sean on the last lap.
Yeah, and with both Rome and Sargent's retirement is now Dogs back into P4, but under pressure from Us from the Aston Martin. Can Dogs keep it there where he belongs?
And as I said before, Dogs had boxed earlier to get that hard tire because of his wing damage. And look, he's all the way up in P4 on that hard tire that he boxed earlier. Excellent choice in tire. I agreed that it would have lasted long. Good to see that the plan is working out for him.
Well, of course you need to be able to defend though, although Us will be having the upper hand in terms of battery levels. He now has the DRS and is going for the move down the inside.
And go for the overtake.
And that's now Us into P3 and Dogs into P4, while Arthur just pitted also to the hard tires. So a lot of people
Sean
also
Frost
going to
is
hard
losing
tires.
time. I guess he's going to botch where he has a chance to attack again. I would say your favorite Jake, he is now in position to take the lead when Sean pushes. He should manage his tires and manage the stint, because Sean Frost is going to come with fires blazing on those soft tires.
Yeah, he probably wants to put on the soft tires, you're right. But does he want to put them on now? I don't think so. He will probably put them on around within 3 laps, I reckon.
I would say it would be best optimal for him to put it before lap 25, because then that would give him time to catch your favorite Jake, because your favorite Jake's pace, he is 1.1 seconds faster than Sean right now. So I would definitely say
well, your favorite Jake is currently 24.5 seconds behind. I think if Sean Frosty would pit now, he might be able to get out back in front.
no, pit stop here is 26 seconds.
No, it's 26 seconds? Okay, we will go from T-Bone's words that is 26 seconds, so we might have a race on our hands. I duck your Dogs back in the pits, getting rid of those older hard tires. Which tire is he gonna go to? Probably some fresh mediums. Oh no, nah, it is mediums. So he can push on now to the end of the race.
Oh, we have a yellow flag in sector 1.
The yellow flag in sector 1.
It seemed like it too.
We got some side-by-side action by Polo Droog and Doc Walters into turn 1. And Doc Walters back to the inside.
We got contact.
There, a little contact between the two. Doc Walters is sending it down the inside at turn 3. Putting off Polo Droog a little bit, but still behind each other. And right coming up is I took it up now on the freshest tires of everyone. So can he push on towards the front again? And Sean Frosty is going for another lap. Looks like he's gonna wait out those soft tires just a little longer. But
your favorite Jake is pushing, man. He is spanking them tires. He said, let me get the belt and let me put these tires down.
Well, you don't want to wear them out too hard, as you will leave yourself vulnerable when Sean Frosty will go to the soft tires.
I 100% agree.
However, there's a fight going on between Doc Walters, Polo Droog and Arthron. All on fresh tires, Arthron on the freshest with 1 lap old hards. Polo Droog on 7 lap old mediums and 4 lap old hards for Doc Walters.
You know what? I'm gonna stick to my bones and stick to my guts of what I think. Excuse me. I think the hard tires were the best opt. I think the medium to hards would have been the best racing choices. But of course, when you drive like Sean Frost does on 20 lap old medium, I guess he could make those softs work. But for people like your favorite Jake, he has done an excellent job from taking those softs all the way to when he did and grabbing those
Is
mediums.
Docs going
But I would have
to...
opted for the hards.
Yeah, this track's probably one-stop strategy. At least in my opinion, a medium hard strategy would be the most optimal. If you would ask me, as I'm not a fan whatsoever from the soft tires. And I'm gonna mute someone again for joining the chat, unfortunately. So yeah, it's now Arthur and Polydruk alongside, and Arthur takes the position from Polydruk. And Polydruk goes off the track in the process. And now Dogs on putting the pressure on Arthur. Can he get the P8? This Dub Walters is a little bit twitchy coming around the final left-hander of the track. And now right behind each other, going into the DRS zone. Yeah, go on, T-Bone. And it looks like I took it over sixth position from Austin on the inside from
look at this battle.
one.
Look at this battle.
Oh,
Look at this
still
battle.
side by side, lost the backhand a little bit.
Space.
And it looks like Austin has to get the position back, as he probably had an illegal overtake by going off the track at turn 1. And he spun coming out of turn 4. Oh no. That's not the way to go with your race around Portugal. It is very difficult, of course, with the elevation changes.
Absolutely.
But your Dog's now up 2 positions since his pit stop, and Dub Walters is under pressure now.
I took your Dog's just pushing. He is pushing on those mediums.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he can push these tires now to the limit, and there's a little bit over the limit. That's a little bit over the limit as he lost his rear end coming out of the corner. A little bit twitchy on the traction, but still very close enough to make an overtake on the straight. As Dub Walters will probably be vulnerable at this point. So Dogs now, will he go for the overtake? Of course he will. Down DRS. Overtake button, and there he goes inside.
Oh, late move by Dub Walters. Dub Walters, you can't move too late. One move only, man.
So it is I took it down taking P7 from Dub Walters right here. And now can he catch up to Brome, which is only 4.2 seconds ahead of him.
And Polar Drogue is right on Dub back as well. Oh.
And it is finally Sean Frosty pitting onto the soft tires. And it will be a very close pit exit together with your favorite Jake. Is your favorite Jake gonna be there to challenge him at the exit? And Jake takes the lead of the race, but Sean Frosty on the fresh soft tires. He will come back though. He will come back. Watch my words.
2 seconds behind, yep. As expected, 2 seconds behind your favorite Jake. Now it's race on, guys. It's race on. There's nobody between your favorite Jake and Sean Frost. Closest competitor is Yushi in P3, but he's 15 seconds behind Sean Frost.
But you're currently onto the straight we go with Polo Joke and Dub Walters. Polo Joke looking to get an overtake done down the straight. DRS open in hot lap mode as well. Down the inside he goes, and taking the position from Dub Walters into P8 he goes a little bit wide in the process though, but as long as he doesn't get any warnings there's no problem. Corner cutting is on strict though, but if you leave the throttle just open, not putting it down, then you might get away with it. But Sean Frost already closing the gap to 1 second. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Gamer Boys, so I just want to definitely thank you for having me here when you commentate today. The racing have been exciting. The racing have been excellent. I do have to leave just now for my league race, so I will be giving you my vote for the driver of the day. I would say my driver of the day would definitely be going for your favorite Jake. I think his consistency has improved since the last time I seen him race. He has tried to pull off a great strategy, even though his about to get overtaken by Sean Frost, but I think he played it off smart, starting in P4 and possibly
Yeah, and
finishing in P2.
Sean Frost is actually battling your favorite Jake right now. Around the outside he goes and takes the position.
He
Your
takes the
favorite
position.
Jake has been fiddled around. His fence has been pulled down by Sean Frosty as he takes the lead of the race. But
Yeah,
yeah,
once
good
again,
comment.
Game Boy, I
But yeah,
appreciate you for having me here.
yeah, good commentating from you today, and I will look forward to commentate with you again in the future. So
Definitely.
yeah, we will keep on watching the race from your favorite Jake, as that was the vote of T-Bone. Possibly might be my vote as well, but the race is not finished yet. Everything can happen, of course. We might do some screw ups, as that is
Definitely.
everything is possible.
But thank you to your fans. Thank you to your subscribers. Thank you guys for having me here commentating for your league. I hope you guys have a great evening. And good luck to all the drivers. Good luck to the winners and the podium winners. And have a good night.
Later, man.
Later,
So,
bro.
it's now down only to me, Game Boy, your lonely commentator from the remaining 8 laps, including this one. Yeah, and Sean Frosty just set in the fastest lap as he had the freshest software to be used. Now, it looks like he puts in your favorite Jake outside the second now, and now giving away the DRS he wanted so badly for Mr. Jake. Now it looks like Off-Throne has closed up to doubles and doubles. Ooh, that was very close. Dot Walters goes in the pits, brakes on time, and will probably go to some soft tires as well. So you're giving the position now to Off-Throne. And it looks like I Took It Dogs has overtaken Rome, which we have totally missed. Yeah, it's 8 seconds down to James Ablett. Is it possible? Is it not possible? We don't know, and we shall watch to see it happen. But Sean Frosty taking the lead now, 1.7 seconds. He is cruising away, as we say it. And of course, we have some penalties for Us, Polodrug, and Off-Throne, all for track limits. As 3 seconds will come up from track limits. So yeah, currently not really any battles on the track as we speak. It looks like Dot Walters has been lapped by both Sean Frosty and Favorite Jake with the last pit stop. So will he be able to unlap himself and get back into the lead lap for the final standings? But there's some big gaps between everyone. The biggest one of today is Off-Throne and Dot Walters, as Dot Walters of course made the pit stop. But without it, it will be Us with the 15.9 seconds behind your favorite Jake in P3. And he has a nice gap behind it with DRS Maestro. It's 5.8 seconds, so there's 3 seconds. If he can stretch it, if he can keep it around that, then we will not worry about the 3 seconds. And he can keep his podium position. But Wu is having the pace right now. It looks like Dogs has already closed up another 2 seconds to James Ablett. He is flying on those new mediums. But yeah, currently the closest times we have is of course the front runners, your favorite Jake. However, the gap is only getting bigger and bigger and bigger because of the fresh soft tires of Frosty. I would love to have seen a much tighter fight at the front, but yeah, it is okay. That was a good race from both of them, of course. And still 5 laps to go after this one, so still many things are possible to happen. It's not over yet. It looks like Off-Throne is closing up to Polodrug. Polodrug losing the pace. compared to Arthur and Rome in front of him. Is he on old tires? Let's see. Yeah, he's on 15 lap old mediums. So those are definitely worse compared to the Rome and Arthur around him. So that's why he's catching up this quickly. Currently 1.2 seconds. Will he make the 1 second before the DRS zone on the main straight, which will have a hill in it, as it is unique to Portimao in Portugal. But locking up the tires, and he is around the 1 second. Can he do it? Can he do it coming onto the straight? Yes, he will. 8/10 now the gap. Don't want to go too wide there. Don't want to get another track limit penalty. And there you can see guys in the HUD DRS for him. Rear wing open, and he's closing up the gap now. But he has no battery in the process though. Polo Droog still has 20%. That's also basically nothing. At least you can't defend it. But often spun coming out of turn 1. Oh no, he just closed the gap to Polo Droog and now he's spun. That's not what you want to do, mate. So the gap is now again over 7 seconds, which was within a second for attack, but unfortunately that attack has now been lost. I took your dogs now closing up rapidly, still to James Ablett. With 3 laps to go, do you reckon he can still catch James and overtake him? Or is James gonna keep P5? Leave it in the comments if you like. 3 laps to go. 4 laps including this one. Sean Frosty has taken the lead with the soft tires from your favorite Jake after a late pit stop. The reverse strategy, as we can call it. And Us is driving away from DRS Maestro. He is increasing the gap, which is only good for his penalty. So it looks like he will be capable to keeping his podium position. Yeah, and DRS Maestro finally being able to be in the race in front of Dogs and might be able finishing the race in front of Dogs, which Dogs the race winner from last 2 races at Baku and in Texas. And we currently have 2 DNFs, both from Sargent and Carl TV. Carl TV with unfortunate technical issues, and Sargent with just unfortunate race to begin with. Some penalties, some incidents, and yeah, it was not working out his way. But yeah, Dogs is leading the championship, and it looks like he might be able to keep the lead after the race, as Sean Frosty, as he is in P6, and Sean Frosty is, of course, a little bit down on him in the point standings. But he is closing in rapidly. 3 laps to go, including this one. 2 laps after 2 corners, as Sean Frosty is now going through the final corner, as we can see right down on the track map. He is the red Ferrari, the only red Ferrari today. And we have some singular drivers today. Not everyone has a teammate. So James Ablett, is he feeling the pressure already? Is he feeling the pressure? Is he sweating? How badly does he want to keep that P5 away from Dogs? As Dogs is already almost within a second. He is pushing as much as he possibly can. Every position is won, of course, even though you're outside the point position for others. But this time it's in the point position, every point counts. Especially when you're fighting for a championship and leading one. Look about real life. The battle between Verstappen and Norris. Well, this is now a battle for Dogs to keeping his lead in the championship. So yeah, we do have some gaps between all the drivers. Everyone seems to be having their little space on the track to drive their pace. Not really any attacking at the moment, although Dox is really catching up to James right now. But yeah, we've seen some closer gaps in the past and perhaps in the future. But of course, Portimao of Portugal is a very difficult track to handle, to drive. But this Dogs now, within the second, he's gonna pull up that pressure on James Abbott. Will he be able to take P5? We will ride on board with him, but he doesn't have much DRS to play with. James still has a full battery. He has a lot to play with. But Dogs on the fresher tire has the freshest mediums of them all. And he's putting it right behind him, but not being able to go alongside, although James is saving the battery. He is saving the battery in non-mode, and Dogs is right there. Can he do something in this DRS zone? Onto the hairpin we go, downhill, braking, around the outside. And James outbrakes himself. James outbrakes himself and goes wide, deep, and gives away the position to Dogs. So Dogs now into P5. Wow. But yeah, it's Sean Frosty taking the win today, followed up by your favorite Jake. Very wonderful drive from the two front runners of the day. And then we have a 25-second gap till Us before he will catch the line. And it looks like I just saw some yellow flags, and I think James has just spun coming out of the uphill right-hander. But yeah, Exam into P3 with the 3-second penalty is not going to be a problem for him, as DRS is only 5.7 seconds behind, followed up by Dogs. And next we have James with the little unfortunate spin just now in the final lap, but he will be taking place in P6 for today. Vroom will be taking P3. And then we have two more drivers on the track, as Dot Walters has been lapped and already finished. But yeah, Polar Juke and Offturn still need to finish. How is it looking penalty wise? Both on 3 seconds, so that's not gonna hurt Polar Juke anymore. And Polar Juke in front of Offturn. And this was one exciting race to watch for a long distance. At some point there was some big gaps between all the drivers, which made it a little bit hard to follow, but yeah, it was still a very interesting race to watch, of course. But yeah, what a wonderful drive from the top two, from both Sean Frosty and your favorite Jake. What a drive. And of course XM with his penalty still making it to the podium. And with that, Frosty also has the fastest lap with a 1:19.6 on the fresh tires, fresh softs at the end. So yeah, I hope you guys liked today's race, Tier 2 in Portugal, from Elite Race Away, with your commentator, Game Boy, and T-Bone from earlier, who unfortunately had to go before. So yeah, my driver of the day, I do have to agree with him. It is your favorite Jake today, as he managed to pull up a fight for the lead today. Unfortunately, a quick ending for Cal with some technical issues, and Sargent with an unfortunate race today, and some very great racing today. If you liked the video today, did you like what you see, leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for round number 9 in Singapore for Tier 2. See you later.